Good evening, everybody. Dadman Walking 55 coming to you with another late night show. So far, just me tonight, I think, at this point. We will see. You know how squirrel streams go. They jump around tree to tree, nut to nut, and we never know what will happen, who will show up. And it depends if I decide to pass out and go to sleep. Uh, Number of topics tonight we got out there. Well, we'll see. Like, you know how it goes. We can we'll go wherever the chat goes. It depends on what happens, what types of topics there are. This will not just be a sports ball stream. Yes, I have a lot of sports ball to rant about or to talk about, but I plan on doing more than just sports ball. Although in the stupid Penn State Oregon game, for whatever reason, James Franklin decides to go for 2 points when their one extra point means 7 point deficit. God forbid this damn analytic bullshit and the 2 point conversion. Hello, lemon pie. Hello, citrus. How are you tonight? Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Like I said, we're about to leave town tomorrow. Mrs. is doing some last minute stuff. Didn't feel like Fortnite, so I'm coming live to do something. So listen, if there's a thing y'all want to talk about, kick ideas out there. If I might bite on it. We'll see. You know what we do late at night? We just go wherever the flow goes. I will start with a little bit of sports, only just because I know there's a few things, and as we get people in here. So, oh, you're watching that Oregon game. Do you have a favorite? Are you cheering for one of the teams? Oregon is one of the teams that have screwed everything up because they do these stupid 2 point conversions early in the game and all this stuff. But like Penn State, James Franklin, kick the one and go down 7. Now you have to get a 2 point conversion just to tie. The NFL, when the 2 point conversion went into NFL, it all screwed it up because of idiots with their damn analytic books. And you've heard me and JT rant about damn analytics. It's crazy. It's bullshit. You just go for one. You take the points. James Franklin may have condemned them to what happens? Okay, you get a touchdown. Now you have to get 2. You miss it, you lose. That's just crazy. You don't have a dog in this fight. Gotcha. All right. Well, hey, I was about to give up on all the games because really was thinking. Clemson is destroying. Not really destroying. They're up 31-21, but that game has pulled tighter in the fourth quarter. That game has been interesting. I got to watch some of that game with Grandma Man walking. Kay Klubnik for Clemson is 21-35, 233 yards, 4 touchdowns. Somebody tell him, Billy Napier, let your friggin' throwing quarterback throw the ball a little bit more. I'd love to have a Clemson, and they run 64 plays already. Not the snail pace of Florida football, but everybody thinks Florida's better now. Anyway, whatever. Okay. Sorry for that rampage. SMU, after a slow start, has gotten back in the game, only down 10, but Clemson has the ball with 11 minutes left in the game. Oh, my goodness. So, anyway, that is the other game is ongoing right now. I am curious to see what Penn State will do. We have a couple people in the group and stuff that are Penn State fans. The great Connie Cleary and Wes Cagle takes Penn State. So, we associated him with New Jersey, but he's Penn State. So let's. I may not have a dog in the fight, but I definitely hate Oregon. So, especially being a Beaver fan. Oh gosh, does Penn State have any defense? Just Oregon is really efficient tonight. Let's take a look at their stats in this game. But thanks for being here, Lemon Pie. We're going, like I said, folks, if you come in, this will not just be a sports ball stream. I didn't come in to just talk sports, but I'm starting off with it. Drew Allar for Penn State is 15 of 29, 180, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Katron Allen has run for 125 yards. Howdy, JPRPH1. Good to see you. How are you doing? Yes, we are still talking football. Unfortunately, Oregon State football, rival of the Oregon Ducks. But nice. Oregon, Dylan Gabriel, 2029, 247 yards, 4 touchdowns on the night. What an impressive showing for him in this game. I mean, it's really, it was a 31-24 game at half. Why do you go for 2 if you're Penn State? I'm still stuck on that. I am still stuck on going for 2 points when I wow, that's a nice play from Oregon to try to stretch that into the first down. So it looks like a second one, but hey, I tell you, I don't think Penn State's going to have enough defense in this game to rally. But I really would like Oregon to lose, Penn State to win. It'd be interesting to see the chaos, what would happen. Gosh. But the drama of the day actually happened early. Well, definitely was not the first game of the Big 12 championship game. Arizona State just obliterates Iowa State. That was over early, very early in the day. Marshall's leading Louisiana in one of the small conference championship games, the Sun Belt Championship. Let's see. Tulane and Army played last night. Army wins the American Athletic Conference at 11-1. Of course, their one loss is the one competent team they played, which was Notre Dame. So let's see. Boise beats UNLV last night in the cold, 21-7. Let's see. The big, like I said, the big drama of the day was the SEC championship game. All right, Finity, how are you? 1st and 10. Hut. Yeah, if you ever listened to everybody when Peyton Manning played, there was a Omaha. It was some kind of audible, and so people went around yelling Omaha just for some stupid reason because they're idiots. Oh wow, Oregon's got a 4th and 2 though now, folks. I won't spoil the play for you, Lemon Pie, since you're watching the game, but I appreciate you lurking and chat with me too while you're got the game on. So Georgia, folks, this was a horrible game, 6-3. It was beyond boring at half. Texas had a lead, 6-3 at the half, and honestly, they should have had more points at the half, but Georgia's defense held them. But Georgia rallies 10 points in the third quarter to take a 13-6 lead by backup quarterback Gunner Stockton from Tiger, Georgia. Texas ends up with one big play touchdown in the fourth quarter, but they end up going to overtime. Near tragic mistake for Georgia with Gunner Stockton throwing a pick late in the game instead of which spoiled a Georgia field goal attempt. But it worked out for them because Georgia's defense held Texas to a field goal on the final drive. Could have been a touchdown, had a pass interference in the end zone at one point, but they forced a tying field goal. Texas scores a field goal in the first overtime, and Georgia runs in the touchdown to win the game in overtime with Trevor Etienne, a 4-yard run, which was very interesting on this game, though, too, with Gunner Stockton coming in because on the last play of the first half, Carson Beck got hit in a throw and was out. They called it a hand injury, but they were out icing his elbow badly. Well, on that, in overtime, Gunner Stockton ran the ball, got a first down inside the 5-yard line, but he took such a massive hit, his helmet went flying off. Now, they said it was not targeting, so Gunner Stockton had to leave the game. Well, Beck was out for the game, but he walked out with his right arm, his throwing arm, hunched, just hanging. Like my grandma man walking said, his arm's just hanging there. Yeah, he did. They warmed him up a little bit, but he was able to take the snap and hand off with that right arm. He was able to do enough, and Trevor Etienne did the rest. Because when Stockton had to leave the game because when the helmet pops off, unless it's targeting or the opponent pulled it off, you have to sit out for a play. But Quinn Ewers threw 27 of 46 for Texas, 358 yards. I like calling him Texas, just because I like to annoy him. 28 rushes for Texas, and they only ran the ball for 31 yards total. Did their damage through the air. Georgia did not really have a productive day on offense. 141 yards rushing, 94 by Trevor Etienne, almost 6 yards a carry, and 2 touchdowns, including the game winner. And Nate Frazier also had, the freshman, had 6 carries for 47 yards. And like I said, Gunnar Stockton, 12 of 16, 71 yards, had the pick. Carson Beck was just another bad performance, 7 of 13, 56 yards, but he didn't turn the ball over. We also had Drew Bobo, the key play in the game in the fourth quarter, with the score tied, that Kirby Smart faked a punt in the fourth quarter in his own side of the field. They snapped, up man got it, who's a backup center, Drew Bobo, and he just tossed the ball ahead to the end around, and they got the first down. Then Georgia moves for this score that takes the lead and makes it 16-13. And a really, really interesting game in the second half. If you could have survived the first half, you would have been good. And howdy, buddy Hepburn. Good to see you tonight. Good to see you. This is not just a sports ball show tonight. I'm not sure where I'm going. This truly is a Use the Force night. I do not have a plan. I've got a couple ideas of things that I wanted to. Oh my gosh. Well, none of the other championship games are worth a darn. I mean, it's so bad football today, you might as well go into the Division 1 AA or the FCS series and talk games. But let's see what we got here. It's like, oh, man. I guess Oregon has scored again, up 45-30 now. Oh, gosh. That game is probably over. Again, 2-point conversion. Instead of being down 38-31, they went down 38-30. Just, I don't get these idiot coaches. SMU has the ball at the 26-yard line, so that might be the game of the night as we finish it. So we shall see how this goes. I think I'm going to give up on the Oregon game. I'm going to flip my TV back over to the ACC championship game, which if Clemson wins, that throws more who knows what into the. Does Alabama get in? Does Alabama not get in? We will see how this goes. Yep, Finity. The first game of pro football I ever watched on TV was Miami Dolphins and Pittsburgh Steelers back in 1979. Man, did I hate the Steelers. I still do. Terry Bradshaw was the source of many, many nightmares for me as a Dallas Cowboy fan as a kid, not being able to beat those stupid Steelers. You know, it was just annoying. So, well, looks like SMU is driving. So, folks, hey, this could be. Hold on a second. I gotta put my glasses on, and something happened over there on the TV that's like, I don't understand what the heck it is. So let's see. Oh, okay. Well, I just gotta. All right. I see what's happened. And okay, with 6:56 left in the game, it's a 7-point game. SMU got held to a field goal. All right, let's take a look at that. So, but yeah, the Pittsburgh Steelers were a nightmare for me. Now, did you have a team? Did you like? I think didn't you say you were going to claim the Dolphins or because of Fort Lauderdale? Somebody did recently, I thought, but yeah, Miami's having kind of weird years. They're going to get in. Yeah, I know. If you're talking about Oregon, yeah. Cowboys always had the best cheerleaders. Is that an official fact? Hey, it doesn't care if anybody says it's official or not. Hey, some things are subjective, but the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders are not subjective. The beauty speaks for itself, and the uniforms. So, all right, let's take a look. We got this. So, Yeah, especially now, Buddy Hepburn. Thanks for reminding me of how bad the Dallas Cowboys are. They're so bad they call them, some people call them the Dallas Cowgirls. So let's take a look at one more thing in college football, and then I'm like I said, I'm not spending more. I'm not going to spend more time on college football tonight. I'm just kind of at this point going to keep up more with what's happening. Uh, yeah, I heard some bowl game rumors. That's going to be fun with some of these things. So, oh, okay. So you went to junior high in Fort Lauderdale for a few months. So yes, I'm a Dolphins. Okay, there you go. Captain Finity or Finity the Timey Wimey Limey is officially a Miami Dolphins fan. Congratulations. Uh, yeah, I amen Buddy's comment on that one too. So let's see. Okay, in the wow, interesting. These are the this is Lehigh is playing Idaho in the Kibbe Dome in Moscow. Idaho, that is. Not Moscow, Russia, Moscow, Idaho. And it's called the Kibbe Dome. Oh, great. It's on ESPN Plus. But if you like the one FCS playoffs, Jackson State beats Southern 41-13. South Dakota State hosts Montana. Montana is one of the better teams in that level, but San Diego State wins 35-18. Incarnate Word beats Villanova 13-6. Wow, I did not realize Incarnate Word had made it up to that level. Mercer, the Bears beats Rhode Island 17-10. Montana State crushes UT Martin 49-17, probably up in that cold weather. Abilene Christian falls to North Dakota State 51-31. South Dakota beats the people from Texas, Tarleton State. Saw them a couple times this year on TV, 42-31. And UC Davis beats Illinois State 42-10. Looks like most of the damage done by these teams are from the home teams, which will be interesting to see how the first round of the FBS playoffs are when they're held at home sites. So far in the first round of the FCS championships, the home teams are winning out. So, who's playing the Tidy Bowl? Probably would have to be UMass and somebody else. So, but yeah, oh, wow, we got 8 people, and I'm still talking college football. Like I said, I'm going to. There's one or two things coming up, and I guess the big debate is if SMU loses to Clemson tonight, does SMU get in, or is Clemson or is Alabama going to get in based on name recognition? You know how that goes. All right, so I'm going to move off into another thing. I've got my screen here with these news. Go back and watch the Mrs. and I stream today. We talked about, um, the Santa Claus, and check our review on that. If you like that movie, uh, feel free. Let us know what you think. Watch the video. Make some comments on the Mrs. channel. Um, Tell us what you think with that movie. I would say it was interesting, but it was a movie to me. That's kind of what it was. It was a movie. I was not as impressed with it as I thought, but I thought I would be. But hey, some people really loved that movie. I thought it was fraudulent in the inducement already because it's like the Santa Claus. Then it's like that last word, clause. Yeah, it's a clause. Like a lot of deceiving and mischief. All right, first down, Clemson. But let's see this. Let's see. I'm too. Let's see. I'm taking a chance with an article here. I'm going to see if I can find it. Uh, Oh gosh. Let's see. I'm gonna check. Yeah, I have an ad blocker for a reason because I don't want all your freaking ads. So there you go. Fallout Dave, yeah, I got back from Grandma Man walking. I jumped on Fortnite for a second, just looked around and came back here. I left it open about doing something late tonight, but hey, good to see you. Did you see that Texas Georgia game I just talked about a little bit? That was insane. All right, let me see. Let me make sure I tweeted out. Let me make sure I got everything done that I wanted to. No, I forget to hit the friggin'. I forgot. I've been going live. I meant to hit the damn I'm live button. So, folks, if you can see it, tweet, retweet, and everything else. So, actually, I'm going to. Let's see. Hey, Ang, I'm live. What's up?
Good night, Dad.
Good night, Ang. See you in the morning. Big day tomorrow. A lot of fun coming up for us for a few days. So
I'm just going to tell you.
Yeah.
I owe you one Velocicoaster ride.
One Velocicoaster ride. How about 10?
No, specifically one Velocicoaster ride at night.
At night. All right. We'll make it happen, kid. Hey. Yeah. So, a little Fortnite after dinner. All right. Go and work. Yeah. How'd work go? Hopefully it went well. Hello, Geek and I. How are you doing? Sup? Good night, Ang. I'm just kind of going live, rambling about a few things too, while these games come to an end. The last two championship games of the college football season of the major FCS level, and Clemson's going to have to punt, so SMU has a chance. Never say never. You never know if a game is over or not. Let's see. This one, I'm not very. I'm just going to go from the article from USA Today. All right, you're going to love all this. Heard about a game coming out called Anata. It's supposed to be anime GTA, so it's checking. Oh, that's cool. Work was work. All right. Well, listen, this should be fun, and I'm sure y'all may have thoughts about it, but I'm going to read from this article from the USA Today. You know, well, is it infamous or famous or cringy? Good job, buddy. Yeah, you get a VR, you stop. But hey, congratulations on that's the quest other than the expertise section. Good job. Good job. I probably will fall behind again because we're going to be out a few days, and I don't plan on taking my Switch with me. I think we're just we might do a live stream here or there, but I'm not playing Fortnite for a few days. Infamous is more than famous. Okay, well, wait till you hear this story. You've heard about this one. Yeah, if you hadn't, I'm shocked. Hawk Tuah crypto launch blasted as miserable. Haley Welch denies it was a scam. Sub-headline, Welch and her team have taken to social media to dispel the notion that the Hawk Tuah meme coin was a scam. The 22-year-old that rose to fame this summer for her viral Hawk Tuah TikTok video, coming under fire for what many views as a disastrous launch of her cryptocurrency. Yeah. It is beyond crazy, I will say. I want to put something else out here real quick. Yeah, but I don't even know how to really approach it. Let's see. Yeah. So, all right. Sorry, had to put that back out there because like I said, I got 20 minutes in the show and I forgot that I put the live tweet out. But hey, all right, making up for lost time. But yeah, this is really thing. This is really an interesting thing, and I decided if we could kick the tires on this a little bit. That's not sports. Um, you remember the video from this summer? In her latest career move since achieving celebrity that's where I said famous or infamous. Yes. All right. I've seen you guys. Max Redstone, welcome in. Max Redstone. How are you tonight? All right. I'm going to, oh, no Fortnite. No Fortnite. Hey, look, I'm not sinking the Kriegsmarine tonight. How about that? Let's keep going with this article. In her latest career move since achieving celebrity status, famous or infamous, she attempted to launch her own so-called meme coin, form of cryptocurrency created as a form of entertainment. But shortly after she and a team of advisors launched it on the blockchain platform Solana on Wednesday evening, its value almost immediately plummeted. No wonder my kid Aang knows about blockchains and NFTs and hates them all. Some are suggesting that she may have run afoul of the Securities and Exchange Commission, the other SEC, not the football one, an independent oversight agency that regulates financial markets, including cryptocurrency. According to a report from Rolling Stone, some investors in the currency have already filed complaints with the SEC, alleging that what took place could have been known as a rug pull. I think one of y'all mentioned that in the chat, so we'll catch up the chats in a second. When developers hype up a crypto project to inflate the value, only profit off of it before it tanks and they walk away. Meanwhile, she and her team have taken to social media to dispel the notion the meme coin was a scam. All right, so that is, let's see. Who is she? She claimed the fame primarily during the summer when she was in Nashville for the CMA Fest. A YouTuber recorded and posted a clip of her cracking. Well, you know what? So then she became a celebrity, social media influencer, and marketer. Assembled a team of an attorney, a management company, and a PR firm. Created a company 16 minutes. Started a podcast. Talked to oh my God. And she has appeared on stage with country music star Zach Bryan in Nashville and hung out with Shaquille. Oh God. Yeah, but her latest venture, cryptocurrency of her own, is landing well in some hot water. And I am reading from the USA Today article. So we will catch. Oh my gosh, the chat's exploded here. Let's see. Hog to a crypto is what's known as a meme coin, which is like the Dogecoin associated with Elon Musk, references popular social media memes. Her coin quickly hit a market capitalization of nearly $500 million before it immediately plummeted 95% to $25 million as of Thursday afternoon, resulting in big losses for some traders, according to Forbes, which cited DEX screener data. Cointelegraph, which covers news on the crypto industry, report about 80% to 90% of Hawk2 supply was controlled by entities known as snipers that buy most of the supply, sell it for massive profit, and tank the value. And it has turned into debacles, sparking backlash on social media. Oh gosh, you even have one law firm which specializes in cryptocurrency advertising its services to those who lost money on the coin. Oh boy. So an audio event on Xspaces, Steven Fenderson, a popular crypto YouTuber who goes by CoffeeZilla, told her and her team that the rollout was one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen, end quote. He accused them of insider trading, what they denied. She said they had not sold any tokens and they tried to stop snipers as best as they could. And as of Friday, yesterday made attempts to reach her representatives and have not been successful. How about that? That it is. So let's do that. I'm sitting. Let's see. Let's see. Here we go. All right. Let me get back up in the chat. Let me see. Go ahead. See. This is a story that's been interesting. I've heard this for the last few days, so I'm going to kind of curious what it's about. I'm not really into crypto and knowing about crypto and all this stuff. Aang was we were on Hungry one time, and Hungry was Aang went on about NFTs and cryptocurrency and how it's all evil. I mean, like kidding. I was like, dang, just tell us how you really feel, kid. So that's cool. All right. So let's see there. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to get my headset on now. Give me 1 second, folks. I will still be doing some score updates. Oh my gosh. SMU is driving with 1:22 left in this game. So let's see. All right. So Max said, no Fortnite. You got to sell that thing. Yeah, you do. Yeah, exactly. You got to, with the Typhoon Blade, that thing is powerful. So, yeah, found an obvious rug pull from the Hawk-Tua girl. Yeah, that's what I saw that in this article. The rug pull was mentioned. Let me see if I can back up in the article. Yeah, it's where what could have been known as what's a rug pull when developers try to hype up a crypto project to inflate the value, only to profit off it before it tanks and they walk away. Interesting how they have all this stuff. Give me 1 second. We got 30 seconds left. We got 30 seconds left in the game, and SMU's calling a timeout. It'll be a third down at about the 20-yard line. So, and hey, let's bring a guy in here. We're going to finish catching up the chat. Been meaning to have this guy on for quite a while. He's a great guy. Just make sure you get your appetizer orders and your soups and chowders before my wife eats it. It's the great Max.
Hey, what's up, Dadman?
Not much tonight. Just a whole bunch of random stuff. It was.
Oh God, I watched CoffeeZilla on the Spaces, and yeah, it's shaping show.
Well, that's why I said infamous or famous earlier, because it's like,
yeah.
I mean, here's somebody. Hey, good for you, market bears. But it's just amazing what one little random thing did to make somebody rich and quote famous.
I mean, it's like enough already. Okay, you got the podcast, and that's tank, but it's like, come on.
But still, at least you have what you had to begin with, doing stuff. I mean, this is the thing where you could lose everything you built up because of lawsuits and everything else and all that. So
it's like, this is, I mean, I know they're calling it a rug pull, but this is just a pump and dump.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Because I am trying to finish the end of this SMU Clemson game.
Okay.
So SMU gets a first down. There's about 45 seconds left in the game. So that's kind of right now. Because I'd like you to identify, tell us what that is. Because
it's basically it is where you have one group of insiders that are holding a whole bunch of the stock. Mm-hmm. And then you have, and it can be a variable amount of people that are involved. It can be a small amount of people, or it can be a large amount of people with technology.
I liked your comment here, Max. I saw Hawk Tush. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Go ahead. Oh yeah, you were on a roll. She needs to talk. I like that. Needs to talk to an attorney. That's nice.
Those were the ones that were.
Look at Buddy though.
So it's essentially where.
God. I'm sorry, Max. I'm just catching up.
You get caught up. You get caught up, and then I'll go in.
Yeah, then we'll get going. Oh my gosh, folks! And I'm also got the game over there, so they're still not scored yet. But golly, you guys were brutal in the chat. Might be headed to a prison. Wow, fame. Famous. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Now I see that.
That is awesome. Oh gosh.
All right. I don't want to get too long in the tooth about it.
No.
Okay. The way capital markets are supposed to work is demand, supply and demand are supposed to work. If there's a lot of demand, then it's supposed to drive the price up, because people who are selling are supposed to see it and say, man, maybe I can get a little better price.
Yeah.
So what a pump and dump is essentially is people creating artificial demand, either by going and creating artificial demand, like with a pump and dump, it'd be like a cold calling to a whole bunch of people, say, oh, get this stock, like what Jordan Belfort is, what Leonardo DiCaprio portrayed Jordan Belfort is doing in Wolf of Wall Street.
Right.
Or you control the supply and you say, okay, this is what's going to be released, and then instead you release like the whole thing to an adoring crowd base, and then there's nothing left.
Right. Well, let me do something real quick right in here,
ahead.
quick, because Buddy Hepburn said Brett Michaels Porter should do Hawk to me. Let me say hello to the great Small Time Republic. Yes, I saw that Small Time. I was watching that earlier, and they went for 2. I rampaged on that earlier. Small Time. Why do you go for 2? And Comic Relief Crusaders here tonight. Hey, CRC. Good to see you.
And additionally, they said, okay, these people are going to be holding. They were misleading about who is going to be holding what and how, and who is vested, and who's going to be vested, like, i.e., not selling for a certain amount of time. And then they said, oh, if certain people were going to be selling in a certain amount of time frame, they would be paying fees, like 15% fees.
Right.
And they were not exactly transparent as to where those fees were going, which is ridiculous, because it racked up like 7-figure amounts of fees. So it's, this is my quip, because my first job was working on a trading floor.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was working
in Chicago. Yeah.
Okay. I was working on a trading floor, and I don't see crypto necessarily as a scam, but the thing that I see is that you go to one exchange, you see one market. It's like if you can see a Bitcoin market on one exchange versus another exchange versus another exchange. And they're all different. They're all different bids and offers at any given time, And like if you have Microsoft stock, there might be 15, 20, 25 different exchanges or communications networks that it could trade on. But there is a law that says that you are entitled to the best bid or offer at any given time. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter how many exchanges it's available on. You are entitled to, if you are buying, you are entitled to the best offer. If you are selling, you are entitled to the best bid. Right. And there is no law. There's no law that applies that to crypto. And if there was, I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling that a lot of there would be a wave that would wash out a lot of the players.
Oh, I bet you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me say hello to West Cagle, New Jersey. Hey, your Penn State. I think they're going to end up just a little bit short. And also just an update in the ACC championship game. SMU has rallied back to tie Clemson. Wow, this is a huge game for both teams. Clemson wins. They do not know, will SMU get in ahead of Alabama or not? But if SMU wins, guess what? JT Kirk and Buddy, you get Alabama.
Well, Dadman, let me be frank with you.
Be frank with me.
If you were to invest any type of serious, earnest money in a coin backed by someone who is known as the Hawk to a girl, and you lost it all, then you's just stupid.
buyer beware. No, past performance, no indicator of future gain. And hello, Peter Venkman fan site. Welcome in tonight. Thank you. Good to see you tonight.
The rumblings and jumblings of Haley Welsh, Hawk Tuah girl, going to jail would be because she was involved in manipulating supply and demand, because those things are supposed to be organic, like if
transactions and not insider dealings
and I'm talking
Brogu. Hey Brogu.
And like there was a case where there was a lawyer at a firm that this is like when Pillsbury was its own company, and there was a lawyer at a firm that was doing transaction. He was at another part of the firm, but he knew that they were doing transactions, and he was able to make like a couple $1 million on stock options, and they barely caught him. But yeah, it was illegal because he had because he had the inside information that if you have inside information is any information that is not available to the public through normal due diligence. Right. So
let me say a couple things real quick. Give me a moment. I want to see this kick. ACC championship game. Clemson is lining up for a long field goal to see if they can win the game in regulation before forcing overtime. And Wes Cagle, I did send you an email, DM, if you can check. But let's see how far this field goal attempt is. We'll get back to it in just 1 second. Okay. It's a 56-yard field goal attempt.
I like 56.
And it could be, it may be, it. He got it. He got it. Clemson wins. Now all hell breaks loose. Will Alabama make the college football playoffs? What do you think, Buddy Hepburn? I mean, this is JT Kirk. I wish JT was around tonight because Alabama might. It's Alabama or SMU. I don't know, but hey, it'll be great.
I don't know. I just like that number. I don't give a good Hawk Tuah about college football, but I like the number 56. So.
Oh, I know. I got you. But see, small time Republic. I agree. Small time Republic. What happened earlier? First half, but the way they ended it, it's going to be hard to keep them out. But then again, it's Alabama. Oh, I love Peter Venkman fan site. How many home runs have they made? Now, that's what I do want to talk some with you tonight. I do want to talk because we'll get in and off of Hawk Tuah because But it was a funny article. Yeah. But I do want to talk some baseball with you. It's
stupid, and there are potential legal ramifications. So
hi, Brogo. Good to see you tonight. Yeah, that's the thing is I just thought about reading the article a bit, and I know knowing your background, if we really have to, be your stuff, and a lot of the stuff you really have to be careful when you get into. Always do your research with this stuff, and there's risks. There's always risk to any type of investing, and read your prospectuses, your information. But like you said, the one thing is the insider dealings and stuff like that, manipulation. That's really where the markets are designed to crack down on that, and severe punishment if you do that.
Yeah. I mean, that's like I said, if and God, the information moves so fast, and even if it's like if you have a Bloomberg terminal, that's something you have to pay $25,000 a year to have, but still, that's considered normal due diligence.
Yes. So. All right. Well, look, Small Time Republic. Yes, from an Auburn fan, Alabama's 2 national titles, 11 and 17, without even winning the SEC West. So never doubt the favoritism they get. Yes, it will be interesting tomorrow to see what happens with that. But yeah, this definitely what a way to end the college football season with a couple of these. The Georgia-Texas game earlier, this game, and Oregon has gone final with a 45-37 win over Penn State.
Yeah.
So college football is essentially over, except for the bowl season and the playoff games that are coming up. So that's it. Yes.
I'm a Chicago Bears fan, so all I can do is have an Eberflus good day.
Yeah. Hey, the Cowboys are down with you now this year. So hey, we're in the dumpster with all that. But do you watch a lot of the NFL games still?
I have watched a combined total of 5 minutes of NFL this year.
I understand. I got you. So how bad are the? I was going to look at the standing real quick since you brought it because I do want to talk. I do want to talk some Cubs baseball with you. Okay.
Yeah, I think they're 3-9, 3-10,
4-8,
4-8. Okay.
And Dallas is a big 5-7.
Wow.
Oh gosh, it's horrible. Yeah. Oh gosh, Buddy says they still have Super Bowl Shuffle on YouTube.
Yeah, well, hey, you can't live in the past, but you can enjoy the memory. It's like, there's Mike Ditka once said, I don't believe in living in the past. Past is for cowards. You live in the past, you die in the past. But you can enjoy the memories.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Hallis family at this point clearly is not interested in winning. So I think they should just bring back, Mike Ditka for a season or two. Since they aren't interested in winning, they should rehire him. At least the post-game press conferences would be great.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So it's I know we're sort of transitioning into another area. There's a couple things else I'm going to look at because it's completely random stream. I want to make sure. Well, let me say to Fallout Dave, you're not a Jaguars fan, so Comic Relief Crusaders researching over 100 years of film right now. Buddy loves it. Have his dad's Dolphins football helmet lamp in a bedroom at home. Dave said in the past, the NFL was more fun, not controlled by sports betting and Goodell's greed.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the one thing I think in all levels of sports, college up to the pros. I remember at one time everybody frowned on Las Vegas. Now there's teams in Las Vegas. There's so much sports betting, even on college sports now. It's so to the point where college sports you used to didn't have injury reports. Now you have to have the injury reports and stuff. And I don't know. I've never been associated with gambling much and betting and stuff. That's why I always tell people when I do my sports, I'm not a betting site. Don't listen to me.
Well,
things like that.
Well, it's monetization. It's you have. It seems to me, because I don't follow the numbers. I don't follow the numbers strictly enough to be an authority. But the numbers from the traditional media business model have definitely fallen off, and it seems that as a business the NFL has been looking for new streams of revenue. I mean, all the professional sports teams have. In baseball there have been a number of smaller market teams, including here in San Diego, that with Bally Sports Network going bankrupt have effectively, have lost media contracts. So, I mean, I don't want to say it's not surprising that gambling has become a suitor in sports, but it's kind of disappointing because you remember Pete Rose.
Oh yeah.
You know? It's like, hey, you're out forever. Yeah. It's like, well, but it's like, Bart Giamatti said that, but he said that to get you out of the office. You're out forever.
Yeah, exactly. I love this. If you want post-game interviews, interesting, hired dentist grader Jim Moore. They were exactly who we thought they were.
They were who they thought we were.
Yeah.
And we let them out. If you want to crowd them, crowd their ass.
Jim Moore, playoffs?
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. Oh man, that's why I find myself with the all debate about some players, and I won't bore everybody with the Tim Tebow talk again, but it was like, because for example, he was one of the great players that was a better practice player, even from college and all. He sucked in practice, was horrible, but in a game he could deliver. Other players have done that before, all I could think of, I never ever thought I'd find myself sounding like Allen Iverson. Playoffs. I mean, practice. We're talking practice. It's like, like, dear gosh. But you mentioned Pete Rose, though. What about the White Sox? Back in the Judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis. I mean, some of them, they all got roped in and taken down, even if they performed well in the series,
Yeah.
You look at some of them, they were like, how could you prove that they threw the match? I mean, through the series looking at their results. But it was also another in a case of the invasion of the influence of gambling in there.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, even, gosh, I forget who the guy on the Padres was that, it was very recently that was gambling on gambling on baseball, and he was given a suspension. I mean, he wasn't gambling on his own team, but yeah, it used to be like gambling, and it's like, no, we realize, it's like, okay, we realize there's gambling on sports, and I mean, gambling on sports used to be illegal. It's like, oh my God, it's like if you want to gamble on sports, so you had to go to a bookie. A bookie? A bookie.
It was infielder Marcano.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. And hello, Sashi. We're not necessarily complaining. We're having fun. You missed us talk about Haktua Girls' cryptocurrency fell. We read an article on that. So, but hey, we're not, this was not necessarily intended to be a sports stream tonight, but we got some common interest between gambling and all this with everything
but it's
together.
I mean, it is there. I think there were some capital market firms that sort of pushed in not so much the gambling per se, but that pushed the in-game wagering initially. Yeah. That just sort of provided some of the I don't know if they actually provided some of the actual infrastructure, or they just consulted.
Oh,
but
interesting.
So there's sort of like a crossover there. But yeah, it's like, yeah, it used to be completely taboo.
Yeah. But see, then some, like everything else, there's a lot of hypocrisy. I remember hearing Tony's name mentioned, but
well, yeah, it was like,
people make a lot of money.
Was it him, or was it his interpreter?
Yeah. Sports is about money, folks, and even in college sports now. Yeah. I mean, there's no more amateur to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this. I remember covering the WNBA one summer, like ever ago in Chicago, and the crowds forever until Caitlin Clark came along were pretty much the same,
right? Because
I'll just say this: the WNBA really has an identity problem. They want to be a professional sports league, but if you want to be a professional sports league, okay, professional sports is a business of entertainment, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you are, one of my favorite Sopranos lines is later in one of the later seasons, they're doing this church fair, and something goes wrong. And Paulie, the guy with the wings in his hair, is responsible. And Tony goes, do you not see the thing here? There is the competition for the entertainment dollars, cable, DVDs. It's like you think they've been at this for 25 years. And then they finally have someone who will, along comes Caitlin Clark. They finally have somebody who is like universally marketable,
right?
Sports, it's a business. It's all a business, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. I think where a lot of people are having some difficulty is like in college. I'm always more of a college fan. It's always been the amateur athletes. I mean, you look at the Olympics too, and years ago they started letting the professionals into that. But like in college, with this name and his likeness thing, this is how bad LSU. Brogu will remember this if he's still out there. LSU had the top ranked player recruit this year signed, ready to be committed to LSU, but Michigan comes in with and offers them $10.5 million, then ups it to near $12 million to go to Michigan to play quarterback, and yet he's never played a down in college, a kid out of high school. There's no equity. I mean, you got this all-star that can't.
I didn't know the contracts were that big.
Well, they have it through these funding organizations that are attached. They're nonprofit organizations, and that's how all this stuff happens. And all this stuff is not through the universities and all these
friends of the program.
Right? Exactly. And one of them, I think, is one of the Barstool Sports guys that is a big Michigan guy. So, but to throw that kind of money at a kid out of high school, it's one thing paying the players. That's been one of the biggest complaints is not playing the players, because the schools are making tons of money. The coaches are making tons of money, but the players aren't. But then $12 million to a player
on a prospect
that could flop. Yeah, exactly. A prospect that could just flop. FSU had one this year that he got nowhere near that amount of money, but he flopped badly. He's supposed to come back next year, but we already had a case in Las Vegas. Well, UNLV, the quarterback, quit after the 4th games of the year because he said they made a verbal promise and they wouldn't pay him what they said they would. So,
oh, great, wow. I just, I don't know. I didn't keep up. I knew that there was like the likeness rights and whatnot, but I didn't. I for some reason, FML, I thought there would be some sort of reasonable cap on it.
Yeah. Wes Cagle actually has a question.
Yeah.
We're talking about gambling here.
No.
Now that Pete Rose is gone, will MLB let him in the hall? So,
probably no, and probably not. I would say,
should they, in your opinion? Okay.
No. So if Pete Rose was, a nice guy off of the field, doing good works off of the field, I'd say. But you know what? He was trading bat. He's like, here, see this bat? This is the bat I hit, the 3,000th hit, and he would do that about 100 times, to a dealer of Bolivian marching powder. So my feeling is Pete Rose, one of the greatest players of the game, but he also made his bed, and he slept in it.
There was a lot of anger. There was a lot of pride and defiance in him. I mean, even when he was confronted with a lot of the evidence, he still denied it, and he basically forced Jim Motti to do what he did, and never really apologized though.
I mean, in his later life, and I'm talking, let's say Mickey Mantle in his later life said, he said, "Oh, geez, if I had known that, things could be better, I wouldn't have drank as much." That's a bit of reverence right there.
Yeah.
You never saw that from Pete Rose. Right.
Exactly. So you're no on both of those questions.
Yeah. You know what? He's. Yeah. Baseball is unfortunately peppered with these moral ambiguities, and it's part of the game. And his history, Pete Rose is part of the history of the game. He's in Cooperstown as part of the history of the game. He's just not enshrined as other players deserve to be.
Right.
And it goes both ways. There are players who deserve to be, who are just who just don't have as much notoriety, or are not as don't have as much panache and elan with the reporters, because the Baseball Writers Association of America are who decides the main group. So
yes. But and by the way, hello to Simply Steve. Good to see you tonight. Yes, I would say
stupid.
Yeah, I see. It's hard for me sometimes to look past the numbers on the field, but if you let him in, we should probably go back and evaluate all the past cases.
Yeah,
too.
Well, that's the thing.
Yep.
You know, it's like the steroid era of baseball. It's, you know,
but
it's
see,
yeah.
but Fallout Dave is about apparent hypocrisy for Rose to be banned for gambling. When like we have all this gambling, all these gambling ads, and gambling's now into MLB and all the other sports, and you know, and there becomes the thing of, well, it's not on my own team, but that's not the point. Is we get so much of it in it, it can't help but affect things. But I think Dave's making the point though is that, well, if we're now allowing gambling in, why should we use gambling back then to keep somebody out if the numbers say he should be in the Hall of Fame?
You know,
yeah, because like Small Time said that he should be in for what he did on the field. So, but this is going to be one of those big debates that people see. I'm torn because I agree with like you. It was done at that point, seeing what he did, his attitude. He made his own bed, lie in it. But I am torn because if we're talking about truly great accomplishments that advanced the sport, had great moments, I would say he should be in. So I flip both ways on it.
Well, I'm gonna say, well, I will say this. Pete Rose, you know, you have Pete Rose photos, stories, memorabilia. They're part of exhibits in Cooperstown.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't have a plaque. I'm not going to say he just, but he doesn't have a plaque.
Right.
So, you know, there's a threshold there, and these decisions are made generationally, you know, and it's not, you know, this generation, this slice of the timeline. Yeah. I think it is, I think it is a questionable decision to monetize, to use gambling as a monetary stream and have it associated with sports. I do think it's hypocritical, but I don't think that. I think it's a marginalization to say, well, just because we have DraftKings and commercials for BetMGM, that now we should let Pete Rose in. So, I just think my opinion is that that's a marginalization and equivocation.
I understand. All right, let's see. Back to the pros in the sports. I had to let it because the communist states, for intents, were having pros come in already, and you will talking about the NIL and stuff. Eventually, have donor fatigue. Yeah, that's kind of the thought. Is like, well, I know when Florida was struggling, there was some talk about the boosters holding back the money for that stuff for the NIL, and Florida State also is having an issue based on. This year is bad. You know, they didn't get the return on the investment for the players. So,
you know, have you ever seen? I think I've asked this for. Have you ever seen this movie from the '90s called Blue Chips?
I've heard of it, Nick Nolte, and Shaq. I think
it's not a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but it's a movie that's aged well. Yeah, Shaq is in it. There's Penny Hardaway. You have all these basketball. You would love it because you have all these college basketball guys like Jerry Tarkanian and Dick Vitale, and you know, it's Nick Nolte, and Nick Nolte is the coach, and JT Walsh is the late great JT Walsh is the head of the Friends of the Program, and it's like they're just so tired of losing, so they go pay cash for all these high school players, and they win one game against guess who they play against. There was one game that they win.
Is it First a real game. School?
No. Well, it's a real coach.
A real coach.
Come on, the best ever. No, nope.
Dean Smith.
Bobby Knight.
Yes.
They beat Bobby Knight.
Yeah.
And then Ed O'Neill, who's like the keen reporter, asked him one question. It's a really, really, really great movie. I mean, okay, sorry. I said it's a horrible movie. It's a horrible not a great basketball movie, but it's a
Right.
great movie about morals and ethics.
Mm.
And it's the bat if you can see it, not as a basketball movie but as a movie about right and wrong, then the basketball can just be it can just be a delivery mechanism for the story of
Right.
the movie. But then it has just a bunch of great basketball cameos.
Absolutely. It does sound like it. And hey, Wade, you think so? Well, we'll find out in about 12 hours at noon. They're supposed to release the standings. So, yeah, I like Bobby Knight. He made it interesting. But hey, you went 4-2? Cool. And buddy, yeah, maybe worth a shot for you. I want to go back to what Sashi said a little bit earlier. He said, like in cultures things, the Japanese are very strict on athletes gambling. One of the world's top 10 ranked badminton players was banned from competing for 2 years for setting foot in a casino a few years ago. He didn't even gamble; he was accompanying a friend.
Now that's an above reproach approach.
Yeah.
You know,
but if it's the culture, if it's zero tolerance, then you gotta adjust accordingly. So, but I mean, that's hardcore.
And Pete, and I mean, you remember how it was when Pete Rose was caught, was banned. You know, it was a zero tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's all frou and loosey goosey nowadays, but it's back in those days, it was definitely still taboo.
Yeah, absolutely. It was no tolerance.
Yeah.
No tolerance. So, but yeah, it's interesting. So, it's fascinating discussions we've had. It's amazing how the Hawk Tuah meme coin thing turned into NIL gambling and everything else and stuff. So how big of I know in like the Southeast, gambling's becoming more in different states. We're hearing ads for in different states, but how is California just?
Well,
is it growing out there too?
Well, yes and no, and sort of. Like I can't. I wanted to. I couldn't. I've never done it online, and I tried to use like a $5, like a credit offer on the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, and I couldn't because I just couldn't in California.
Yeah.
Oh, there's certain states where you can't do it unless you're on an Indian casino.
Right. That's how we are in Florida. They have a Seminole casino because they have the agreement with the tribe.
So it's still state to state. So in California, it's because I have a feeling that the state of California wants their money. It's a revenue. It's a revenue state. It's a revenue state. So I think that the state can't figure out a scheme that is ironclad enough. So they're just going to say no.
Right.
The state can't figure out a scheme that's ironclad enough to get enough money in with the gambling to regulate it. So they're just going to say no, which is what they've been doing.
Yeah. It's so awkward though, because it's so much of a change from what we had before.
Yeah. And plus they have the state lottery already. So.
Well, the thing is too, when competing with that, but I know in Florida, even dating back to the 80s, this has been an ongoing thing with, they wanted to keep the casino gambling because especially back then, the big thing was the mob and things like that. And that was one of the biggest things. Well, we don't want that here because of the influences and crime it'll bring in and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I'll say this, living near the border and, cartels being, in the news is that, organized crime is going to organize crime, and if one opportunity dries up, they're just going to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to squirrel stream too much, south of the border, but
we'll just stay up here. We'll stay safe. Let's stay in our own country.
But it's like organized crime is going to organize crime, and if it's not one thing, it's another.
Yeah, I just remember back then all the discussions. That's the biggest thing, especially the older people were worried about.
Did you ever see The Last Boy Scout?
Yeah, it's been so long.
It's like, hey, I made a tape, Sheldon. It's gonna go. Oh, well, it's gonna go to the cops? No, it's gonna go to the mob, man. What, you think they're gonna like that? You think they're gonna like legalized gambling, cutting into their? It's like nowadays. Yeah. Hey, man, you think they're gonna like legalized gambling? Hey, screw that! I got 7 apps on my phone. You jerk.
Yes. Back to our baseball. Small Town Republic said he doesn't know how David Ortiz is in the Hall of Fame, but those steroid guys are not allowed in.
Yeah, and there are like guys like Barry Bonds didn't get into the Hall. Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, and there were other guys who paid the price, who didn't do anything. They were just in the wrong era. And, there were, for a while, there were baseball writers who wouldn't vote for anyone in the steroid era. And then the BWAA, said, okay, that was until the BWAA started publicizing who's voting for who.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly. But he said most players in the 90s and the 00s were on something. Some still are, but different stuff that doesn't flag and test. Yeah, it's it'll be interesting. Well, let's jump to another fun topic today. I'll borrow a little bit from what the missus usually does. She usually finds celebrations, days, and stuff like that. Guess what today, December? Well, it's still 7th for you, but guess what December 8th is?
Today is a day that will live. Oh, it's December 8th already. What is it, Dadman?
It is, well, one of the days it's National Brownie Day. Do you like your brownies?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, hey, a blonde brownie is made with brown sugar and no chocolate called a blondie.
I was going to say, do you like your brownies? Like, is this a trick question?
Just making sure. Just making sure. So, but yeah, let's see. The earliest recipes were familiar today with our found published in regional cookbooks and newspapers around the turn of the last century. 1904, Laconia, New Hampshire home cookery. The 1904 Chicago, Illinois Service Club cookbook and the April 1905 edition of the Boston Globe are 3 early examples.
Oh, Betty Crocker over here.
There you go.
I'm just kidding.
Well, in an accidental mixing of ingredients, 3 myths have gained popularity over the years regarding the creation of the brownie. In an accidental mixing of the ingredients, a chef added melted chocolate to biscuit dough.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Sashi. It's regular brownie day. So, a forgetful cook left out the flour when mixing the batter. Third one is when a housewife did not have baking powder, she improvised to create this new treat. The wife decided to serve her guests flattened cakes. So, holy crap! Let me share this graphic here from National Day today. This chart. It's one of those that's got everything around. Hey, CRC. If you want to check your DMs too, good to see you tonight. I know you were here earlier, but hey, I keep forgetting to take this stupid thing here off. All right, here, Maptitude. See, it tells you, oh my God, It tells you what type of brownies. Let's see.
Avocado
The
brownies.
most searched brownie by state.
Good Lord.
Avocado brownies in Florida, Texas, Washington, Arizona, Colorado, New York, New Jersey. There you go, West Cagle, New Jersey. Avocado brownies, Maryland and Massachusetts.
I'm just avocado brownies. Is there a turnip truck I forgot to fall off of?
Probably so. Let me pull this down real quick. Brownie hippies, yeah, buddy. There you go. Yum, chocolate. Let me see. Let me take a look at avocado brownies because there's some more interesting ones.
I'm gonna do a little bit of joke call back here, but is there something I forgot to hawk Tua on?
I don't.
Avocado brownies.
I don't know.
You know, I mean, King Dolphin TV was telling me about a Frito burrito, which is avocado brownies.
Avocado brownies. Let's see if I can find a picture of it. I guess. Here's one picture of them here. This kind of green, I guess. I'm just like
the words I want to say are not appropriate for your stream, Dadman.
I understand. I got you.
Well, all I will say is he said barf and she said not in here. This is a Mercedes.
Exactly. To get it out of your taste buds with that. It's like, oh God, that's one of the images I saw there with it. Let's see, here's another version of it. It looks more normal, but it looks more like an icing.
Okay.
Yep. Yes, West Cagle, your state, New Jersey was one of it's the most searched brownies by state. So I will. That's unappetizing. Yes, it is. So
I mean that looks like something that I would argue should be fed to someone as a death row inmate in their last meal but only for particularly egregious crimes.
Yeah, it's just like ugh. But let me see. Let's see. Avocado recipes for avocado brownies. How to make healthy avocado brownies. Let's see. They look. Sometimes they look like regular brownies, but
now, if you could batter panko, deep fry or tempura, then maybe that possibly, but yeesh gadal.
Yeah, I'm trying to find healthy avocado brownie secrets. Avocado in place of most of the butter. We still need some butter to make sure the brownies taste good, but it's a fraction of the classic brownie recipes. Avocado. Why would you put? They're talking about almond flour and other stuff in it too. It's like, how to make an easy avocado brownie is basically, let's see, put all the ingredients in a food processor. Add more chocolate chips. Full fudge factor here. Well, I'm trying to find
fudge factor. You could probably read my mind right now.
Oh, dude, I tell you, all I can think of when I hear stuff like this is like Uranus, Missouri, with the fudge factory there. You heard about that one, didn't you? You were around for one of this.
No, please refresh my.
Okay, I will.
Please enlighten me.
West Cagle has a new low opinion of his state. Death row. Yes. Oh yeah, Buddy said healthy and brownies should not be intermingled. So, and crime against nature sounds like vegan meatloaf, and they're not supposed to be healthy. All right, let's see. Okay, I will bring it up here to refresh your memory. 3. Let's see. This here. So anyway, we got this thing here. This is in Uranus, Missouri. It is right here. Ta-da! Let me get rid of that stupid thing there. All right. There you go. There you go. They got alien. You crap. You bastards. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Like, this is what happens. The best fudge comes for Uranus.
Okay. Well, I've seen it. I'll believe it. I'll just never buy it.
Yep. Our friend Sci-Fi Mombi's near there and said that she's going to buy me some from there one day, and it's interesting. So, have you guys had anything made with ghee as a further processing of buttermilk, mostly in Indian cuisine? No, I haven't.
I have. I mean, I'm sure I have, because I've had enough Indian food. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they no, it's a real fudge shop. It's a real fudge shop.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Yes. Yes, Sci-Fi Mommy went there on a couple of her streams. Place was inappropriately hilarious. Exactly. It truly was. And hey, Dadman. Oh, Dad again. hey, Babe Formo. How are you tonight? Good to see you. We're here with the great Max Redstone here. Actually, one of the things at the bottom says, at the bottom, look at it, Prime Uranus. It's like, no. What's so wrong with these people?
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, hey, if Haley Welch has taught us anything, is that you got to make the most out of name recognition while you got it.
Yeah, I guess so. So you know what? Go ahead.
But also, Dadman, it goes both ways.
Oh yeah, it does. All right. Well, let's take a look here at some of the other most searched brownies by states. We talked about blondies. They're here. Wyoming, Nevada, and South Carolina.
What are those, brownie bites?
They just use they don't use chocolate in it. They use something else. So, and hello, Curtis Selby. How are you tonight? Good to see you. And it says hello to you too, Max.
Hey, Curtis. Thank you.
Yeah. Fallout Dave does love guac, but brownies. I love brownies, but avocado brownie sounds like something even. Yeah, it's just crazy. But what else? There's espresso brownies in Mississippi.
Now I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got your sugar, you got your coffee bean, you got your sweetener, you got your stimulant. I can see that. That's all right. That's not stupid.
Yep. Brownie bites are these little circle ones, all barely through the Midwest and down into the South. The fudge brownies are like Arkansas, New Mexico, and the Dakotas. Let's see, the orange. Let's see. Peanut butter brownies are up here, like in Vermont, or New Hampshire. Pumpkin brownies in Vermont. I'm trying to see these North Carolina, Wisconsin, and Missouri ones are. I don't see it on the legend there. So, and Kentucky has a walnut brownie in Kentucky. Wow. So
there's nothing wrong with walnut.
Yeah.
Pecans.
Salted. Yeah, exactly. There's nuts. Salted caramel brownies are North Carolina, Missouri, and Wisconsin. So. Oh. Yes, they would be. So. Anyway.
You talking about a brownie probe?
Something like that. Buddy said the brownie bites from Costco were good years ago. Now they have less chocolate taste and the texture at all. I agree. What's happening a lot of times at these places, they're changing the ingredients. Like when Dunkin' Donuts changed their donut, it's it's not the same like it used to be.
Well, I think I also and this is again a feeling. I think what happens is Costco, you sell something to Costco, and then it's like they want something, but they want a lot of it,
Yep.
for their supply chain.
Mm-hmm. Well, something on the funny thing about the National Brownie Day is that how to observe it? Well, we're going to observe it by this way. I am going to observe it with a meme or two, like this one right here. Teacher, what are you laughing at? Me, nothing. My brain, Robert Brownie Jr. I'm like, hey, yeah, Wes Cagle, I know my search. Hey, I know my search stand for avocados. Yeah, exactly. I know it is. So, but yeah, you didn't like that one?
It was okay. It was all right.
Yeah. Hey, we've heard of Cocaine Bear, right?
Oh gosh.
Yeah. I ate a brownie when I was waiting for the first one to kick in.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is acceptable.
That is acceptable.
But still, it's not as bad. It is not nearly as bad as Mendoza. But you could do better, Dadman.
Hey, I'm winging it tonight. I'm winging it. Hey, you about ready to go to bed? All right. Well, I probably will wrap it up in a couple minutes. So.
And that is Mrs. Mendoza. I will get you too.
Hello, Max says hello, Mrs. She's waving. So, all right. Hey. Oh man, I've been going about an hour and a half. So hey. All right. So take it. Oh gosh. Yeah. There's not so many funny brownie memes. I mean, it's like here. This is about the best one that I can see right here. Wait until the brownies are completely cool.
Ha.
Oh, Snorty. No, Snorty is not a cocaine bear.
Watch out, West Cagle.
I know. Yeah. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Well, with that note, I'm going to go ahead. Max, I do want to bring you on sometime where we talk Cubs baseball specifically.
Okay.
And I really want to do that. But we've got an early day in the morning to hit the road. To have a few days on the road with me and the missus and Ang. So, Davis, but yes. But hey, thanks for jumping on with me. What you got going? I know. Have you been streaming much lately?
No, I decided to stop for a bit just because I'm all over the place right now. But I'm gonna try and restart in the new year. Figure out some new format, but I'll figure it out.
I understand. Well, look, I'd love to have you on too because it's I've had to take breaks, stop, start. This has been a weird ass year this year.
I was hoping to do some more stuff with Hungry, but I don't know what's going on with him. So I hope he's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. Yep, absolutely. All right, well, folks, we got the great Max Redstone with us. I'm going to go ahead and shut down, but like Buddy says, we may do we may or may not do some streams on the road or in the hotel I'd like to do a poolside stream, but hey,
you're more than welcome to do that.
And actually,
but I can't do it without you, Mrs. Everybody comes because of you.
I'm do you hear about Stark, Tony Stark?
No, I haven't.
He had a bit of a flooding problem in his building, and him and his cats are in a bit of trouble. Would you mind if I dropped his GoFundMe in the side chat?
Sure, you can.
Okay.
You're a mod. You can put it in the main chat.
Okay, well, yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Hey, Daniel's Hot Topics. Welcome. Bad Snow. Oh wow. I mean, I've heard about a lot of snow all over. We got some from Ohio and Pennsylvania last week from Connie Cleary. So.
Yeah,
where you are, it's got to be bad.
UK had a storm so bad they actually named it.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and just Tony had he had a flooding problem in his building, and his landlords are being right prigs about things. So I started a GoFundMe for him, and I started sending him some of the money that came in yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, folks. keep an eye out for Tony Stark there, and I know he's been through a lot too. So yeah, absolutely. Thanks for sharing it, because I think Wes Cagle also mentioned to tell you thank you. So about that,
Cool.
also for getting that going. So Daniel, good to see you come in here near the end. But hey, yeah, I would hate to be up north. I talked to the miss about if we ever went up north, we'd have to be blizzarded in and not drive, because I would not trust it. But see, also if we were ever up north, we would have to drive down mountain ranges, either in Tennessee, Carolina, and it's like I'm not prepared for driving in ice and snow. So we had one snowstorm here in 1989, and for about an inch and a half or inch, and it shut the whole city down. And people
Jeez.
abandoned cars. They were stuck on bridges. It was just a nightmare of things in '89. Miss and I did a stream about that. Maybe we'll talk about that again soon. And share some
Yeah,
pictures.
well,
So.
it's the same thing with rain here in California.
Yep.
No one teaches these drivers how to be a-holes. So I'm sort of the king of the road here.
Well, I tell you what, everybody tells people in Florida, use your turn signals, and I don't want to. This is like, use your turn signals. So that I'm like, no. She's like, so they know you're getting over. I said, no. When I turn the signal on, they speed up, and that's really what turn signal is in Florida. It's like the key to speed up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yep. Well, our next stream will be on Wednesday with the missus. The day we return, we will be talking about the movie Elf. So hope y'all are all with us over there on her channel. So I hope that y'all please, if you make sure you're still subscribed here, because we still hear reports that people are being unsubscribed from channels. So subscribe here, buddy. If you can throw or Max, one of y'all can throw the missus link in also. I'd appreciate it. But this link here, y'all found it. Make sure you're still subscribed. Share it out. We're almost at 7. We're trying to get back over 670 and hopefully the 700. But with the missus who's trying to monetize, she's about 200. She's less than 220, or right around 220 short of the 500 on YouTube. So I appreciate y'all support for her and stuff. I was having some mother-in-law state of South Carolina. Florida's the whole state comes on hot. Exactly. Down south, we're not. Yeah, it's really not good. Yeah, the temperatures going up in the apartment. Ours got warmer for a day, and then it got colder really quickly. So, but yes, check out the missus over on YouTube and at Twitch. Follow her on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, and I hope that y'all can support her, help get the word out about her channel, and the daily doses of positivity Monday to Friday, and then she's trying to do more in the evenings and other times. So a lot of positivity, a lot of fun, and also when I get to drag her on to play Fortnite, it's always fun. And you can support her on her Ko-Fi page. Their one-time donations or monthly donations, because StreamYard has gone up in cost. And honestly, I think she works so hard for it, time, money, and effort, because I tell you, she doesn't let me put crap on Max. She makes me, she's like, she will have one little glitch, and I'm like, it's good enough. Don't worry. No, she's like, no, I'm fixing it. It's like, so I would not be where I am or on the air without her. So
it's good to have a partner.
Absolutely, it does. But hey, Max Redstone, put your link out there too, so people know where you go.
All right, give me a second. I'm putting Mrs. So the next one's on Wednesday, talking about Elf.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So that let's see.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, right there. Buddy had put it in there earlier. So yeah, Elf. There's this link there. How the fudge did I type win instead of place of end? I don't know. Exactly. All right. We appreciate all y'all support. Y'all have a wonderful evening. I'm going to get to bed because we get to hit the road about 7 o'clock in the morning to go to Universal and ride Velocicoaster a couple more times with Aang. So, Max, thanks again. Chat, thanks again. And Max, we will definitely talk Cubs baseball one night.
Okay.
I appreciate it. And everybody, just hang around with me for a second, Max, when we're off. And everybody, y'all have a good night. Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.